Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all well. So, I thought this would be a little bit out of left field. I learnt to play a side drum, and I became very good at it. Good enough, in fact, I was what's called the lead tipper. Now, I was in the front rank. The front rank are at the very front of any parade. But this, just to emphasise, this doesn't detract from my role as a soldier. That was my primary role. This was my secondary role, which was for ceremonial duties. My proudest moment, I think, as far as ceremonial duties are concerned, playing a side drum within the Corps of Drums, I played alongside His Majesty's Royal Marines on board what was the old QE2, the Liner, the QE2. We did a half an hour display on board. Very little room to manoeuvre, but it was all planned out and it all went very, very well. And we did as part of that, we did a five-minute showpiece incorporating about 20 guys using side drums, throwing sticks, twirling sticks, and going through all sorts of drum rhythms. That was probably my proudest moment. Anyway, that aside, what I thought it would be fun to do is do some drumming. Now, I've recently purchased a practice pad like this. You can get this on Amazon. This was around about, including the sticks, I think it was about £25 altogether. But it's a good pad. Plastic on the one side, and on the other side is rubber. Now, little trip down memory lane for me. When I was practicing in my spare time, I used a rubber pad. Now, those of you, if you know anyone who is in a Corps of Drums, this is probably very similar to what they would have practiced on if they did what I did at around the same time, which was in the 1980s. That's when I started, anyway. Yeah. So one side rubber, the other side is nowadays is plastic. These are the more modern practice pads. Drumsticks are made of hickory. It's the best wood that you can buy for drumsticks, in my opinion. These came with the drum pad. So just as a matter of interest, if you were wanting to learn, or if you're wanting your maybe your children to learn, get something get the brain working with the motor functions there, because you have to think. You really do. It's all if if you want something that's technical, that's not it's not a musical instrument as such. It's a percussion instrument. Okay. But if you wanted something fun that's not too noisy, and it's not, for Christmas, here it is. It's the ideal gift, and it keeps them occupied for hours. I guarantee you, hours. It will. Now, if you're looking to buy the sticks, you for the kids it's 7A. For the adults, it's a 5A, like that. It's a different type of stick. The 7As are better for the kids. That they're easier to handle. But a good pair of hickory drumsticks is they're for adults. Anyway, what we're going to do first of all is I'm going to show you a wee exercise to warm your wrists up. So I'm going to put the sticks down for a sec to warm your wrists up. Interlocking fingers and just a little bit of this, and just a bit of this, just to warm your wrist up, because it's all about flexibility in your wrist and relaxation when you're actually gripping the sticks. So when they're nice and loose. Okay, so normally I would say I don't know many left-handed side drummers, or left-handed drummers for that fact. My hero as far as drummers is concerned is probably Chad from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Superb drummer. Anyway, enough of that. So the left stick goes where the web part of the hand is in there, rests like that, as you can see. So that rests like that. So it's under control. Now some people use that finger, but most people, the most common grip is that finger, and it's all about control. Not too tight, not too loose. So about control, and you need to be able just to bounce it like that, nice and controlled. And with the right, it's like that. The web, you make an arch like that, and you hold it loosely. You should be able to see underneath. Index finger and the middle finger, not too tight, but not too loose. So it's under control, so it bounces like that. Okay, so that's your grip with the sticks. So welcome to drumming with me 101, my way, the fun way. There's no sergeant major or no RSM anywhere, no officers shouting at you. It's just me with my my introduction to side drumming. We're going to start with a basic roll. The roll is probably the easiest rudiment of drumming, and I'll break it down for you. It's very easy. So with the left, what we're doing is we're going to make sure that we can bounce the stick like this. That's all you're doing. Nice and relaxed in the wrist, like that. Nice and relaxed in the shoulders. And it's all about concentrating on what you're doing. So you're bouncing like that, bouncing the stick like that, and the same with the other one, like so. You're bouncing that stick like that, and you start together. So you see where I'm going with it? I'm breaking it right down for you here. This is what a roll is, and then you get faster and faster. See what's happening? Until you get into what we call a roll. We'll come out of it again, so you can see. So you're just bouncing both sticks. We'll go back into it. This is exactly what I was taught. The very first thing I was ever taught was how to do a roll. Exactly like this. A quiet roll, nice and quiet. A loud roll. Hear that? It's all about control. And we slow it right down again, like that. And back into it. Now, there are several types of rolls. You can have a 1 beat, 2 beat, 3 beat, and in some military marches, a 5 beat. Now, if you can imagine a bass drummer, because this is about rhythm, timing, concentration. Okay, so what you're listening for is in your mind that dum 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 dum. That's the bass drum in your mind. Okay, it's all about rhythms. So if it's a one pace roll is like that, like that. Two pace roll, and then a three pace. So in your mind, so it's 1, 2, and in your mind you're hearing da da da. So if you can imagine so when you go da, so I'm just tapping the side of my head for a second. Sorry. So it's so it's did you get that? So if you listen, you can hear the bass in your head, the bass drum. So it's like that. And it's the 5 watts. The British Grenadiers, I think, is a 5-beat roll. But so it's basically like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1. That's a 1 beat. 2 piece. 1, 2, 3 beats. 1, 2, 3, and a 5 pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can avoid it, when you're doing the roll, try not to. One common mistake with the roll is when you're rolling, some people do it like this. Try and avoid doing that. Okay, try and get equal pressure with both sticks. There's your roll right there. Now, ceremonial duties, when you're doing a roll, or the drum major would call you up, so it would be corps of drums ready, and on the ready, you would come up similar to how the Royal Marines do it, like that, under the nose. So it would be corps of drums, and on the R of ready, you need to be there. Some people do it like that, but that's how it should be there. I think the Royal Marines do it like that. So it's corps of drums ready, and you're up there like that. By the, I think it would be used to do by the centre. Was it by the left? I think it was by the left. By the left, quick march, and on the as a pause, quick march, and then when we come down in unison, back up again like that, back up again like that, and then you go into the tune. So anyway, those are the rolls. I'll break it down for you again. Imagine your kids doing this at home, having loads and loads of fun. And the good thing about it is it's not that loud. And it'll keep them occupied for hours and hours and hours. Quiet roll, loud roll, quiet roll, loud roll. That's a flam, by the way. That there. So a flam. We won't get too far ahead of ourselves, but I mean a flam's quite easy anyway. You can have a double tap flam like that, or you can have one drumstick hits just before the other. So, and you hear that zip sound. Isn't that nice? So you can have a double tap. That's a flam like that, or my favourite flam is that one. Then you go into the roll like that. So that's it. That's your basic roll. Now practice that. What we're going to do now, I'm just going to introduce what we call a triplet. There's a triplet, and also later on we'll go into the paradiddle, but we won't get too far ahead of ourselves because I need you to practice the roll, and then this is a triplet. So triplet is exactly what it sounds. Emphasis on the third beat. And I'll break it down for you. So this is a triplet. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. This is why you have to concentrate in your head. You got to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I suppose you could liken it to a waltz. Dun, 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 dun. You know, like Strauss, a waltz. You can hear it in your head. You can hear the beat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So that's what a triplet is, basically. Because a waltz is a 3-beat dance, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it's emphasized on the 3rd beat. So that's why you have to concentrate, because it's all about the beat, and it's all about rhythm, you know, and hearing it in your head. So with the triplet, think of it as a waltz. So dun, 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 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and you're emphasizing on the 3rd beat. Do you get that? That's a triplet. Then when you get a bit more adventurous and a bit more confident, you can get a little bit faster, you know. So a triplet would sound something like this. You get a bit faster. Oops, excuse me, didn't mean to do that. So let's do that again, sorry. So into the roll and the flam. That bit at the end, that was part of one of the showpieces we used to do. So it would start off with a flam. So that's a flam with a roll. So the flam into the roll. So it's like the flam and 2 beats like that. So then you're I'm going to sort of introducing other beats. Like you have 2/4 and you have 6/8. These are beats within the scale of the music. So there's a flam like that, followed by the roll. So the flam, that's the flam. It's nice, isn't it? It's just a bit of fun. It's nice because you're incorporating the flam and the roll, and it gets out like lovely crisp zip sound, isn't it? So, or you can emphasize on the right stick like that. It's nice, isn't it? So that's the flam, and that's the roll, and that's the triplet. And in our next lesson, well, I suppose it is a lesson in a manner of speaking. We'll go into what we call the paradiddle. I'll just introduce that for you just very quickly, but I won't go too far into it because it's a little bit more technical. So the paradiddle is as follows. That's the paradiddle. I'll just introduce that softly like that. We'll get into more detail in the next lesson. So practice the roll. Remember the roll. Remember the roll. That's the roll. Practice the triplet. So remember the triplet. And you can combine them with the flam. And so here endeth lesson 1. Hope you enjoyed that. Please look out for the next one coming up either tomorrow or the day after, and we're going to just recap on those 3 rudiments. So the roll, the flam, and the triplet, and then we'll go on to the paradiddle tomorrow or the day after. In the meantime, hope you enjoyed this. If you hours of fun for your kids. By the way, hours of fun. They'll love it. If you're stuck for a Christmas present or a present, there you go. Or even you adults out there who fancy starting the drums. Go ahead. Why not? Anyway, nice to see you all, and I'll see you for the next lesson very soon. Bye for now.